I can do ASMR. Hi everyone, my name is Marian Carmel. I'm a singer-songwriter, and welcome to another episode of Crying and Crafting, where I make zines while talking about the stories behind my songs. Today is a 2-in-1 package. It's the intro and the outro of the album, To You Now and To Me. To the theme song. Crying and crafting, we're gonna be crying and crafting. I've got a whole lot of trash that I've hoarded. I'm gonna make it look pretty and try not to cry while I do it. Crying and crafting, crying and crafting. Honestly, I was the most nervous about these two songs because they're the most unradio friendly and unconventional tracks that I've ever put out in my entire life. But there was no other way that it felt right to do it. So after I wrote it, I was like, okay, this is what speaks to me. I think I'm just gonna do it. I have thought multiple times of taking these two songs out and like putting something else in, but I kind of thought about what was behind that fear, and I realized it was just insecurity. So I was like, yeah, Marian, sounds like a you problem. So this is To You Now, the intro of the album. So I had one of my ex's songs stuck in my head while I was doing the dishes, and subconsciously I started to sing it, and then I caught myself and was like, hold up, let's not do that. Okay, so I tried to distract myself by doing something else. So I started singing a random melody, which turned out to be this song. Sometimes I still find myself singing your songs. It don't matter where I am when it comes along. During this time, I was acting like I was so over it, but the fact that my subconscious was still singing his songs meant that he was still like up in my head rent-free. So tell me if it's really wrong to grieve as though you're gone, when I find you in the corners of my thoughts. And at this part, I was kind of resigning to the fact that I had to lean into it and just see what happens. Just kind of like surrender to the feeling and let it happen in order for it to pass. And I don't want to think about it, but I can't help but think about it. And I'm running out of choices. So what can I do but give this song to you? So I wrote song after song after song, and then this album came out. And that's why it felt apt to make this the intro of To You, To Me, because this was the way that I knew how to cope and kind of making these as reminders of the journey for myself. Yeah, okay, now to me. So one night I got massively drunk with my friends at the projector, and I got to the state of drunk where I loved everyone and everything was great, everything was happy, the universe was aligning, and I was just... We got home super late. I started drunk texting my friends Renee and AJ and started comparing them to like celestial bodies. So I was saying something like, AJ, you are like a white dwarf. So wait, you know what? I'm just gonna show you the texts. White dwarf. Oh my god. August 3, 2020. AJ, I realized if there were anything in the universe that represented you, it would be a white dwarf, as in not the Lord of the Rings kind. I mean the core of stars kind, because you are small and yet fierce and strong and intense and bright and hot, and you fill so much space with light even in such a small body. Oh, Renee, you are like a black hole. Not just any black hole, but the supermassive black hole in the center of the universe. Because you draw people towards you with your intensity. Like, wow, She's so intimidating, and yet I'm so attracted to her. Plus, I think black holes are damn badass. Like, it's black and it's a hole, and nothing can escape it. Not even light. What the fuck? I love you both so much. Nice. You both so badass. That was my drunk text to them. So after I wrote that, I also wrote like this poem. Felt like my heart was just gonna explode. I had so many like good feelings, and I just stayed up, wrote this. I was born a little spark, a quiet hum heard across space and time, a ripple of my own decisions made with steady precision, leaving marks wherever you can find. So I compared being born to the Big Bang because that makes sense, right? And I think as we grow up, the little decisions that we make have an impact on the things around us, no matter how small or big. And there are always these like little marks of like how you change someone's life, or like how you change this thing around you. I worked on the foley for this track, and I lit up a matchstick as the start of this track. It was really fun because I got to like put little space sounds throughout the track. I'm made up of the same things as the stars at their cores. And before I turn back into dust, I will bathe this place in light. White and glowing, hot and fierce, kind but quiet. Enough to keep you and I warm. So there's a saying out there that we are made out of stardust, and I don't know if this is scientifically correct. Scientists who are watching, hi, I don't know how you got here, but thank you for watching my stuff. Is this true? Is it true that we are made up of the same things as the stars at our cores, or is that just something that my drunk brain made up? Isn't it so cool to think that we are made up of the same things that are literal balls of fire? The reason why there is life on Earth, why plants are growing, and why people are alive, that's crazy. And again, please correct me if I'm wrong. All the knowledge that I have stored in my brain is just me going on YouTube deep dives and watching Kurzgesagt at freaking 2 a.m. The kind and quiet part, I just anyhow say. I know that stars can't be kind nor quiet, but just this is art, okay? And the last line of this stanza, enough to keep you and I warm. I used to spend a lot of my energy keeping other people warm and not doing the same for myself. But in this idealized version of myself in this poem, I have enough energy to do both without having to do it at my expense. So many times I felt lost within my own orbit. So many revolutions before I even learned it. That the secret of the universe is loving ourselves and loving others in that order. It took me a while to learn this, and maybe it's the years of therapy and medication, or maybe it's just life hitting me in the face. But 2020 was a big year of growth for me, and it felt like I was coming home to myself. Prior to that, I always felt like I had different parts of myself that were fragmented. It was the first time in my life in 2020 where I felt like it all started to make sense. The things that I kept over the years that I've hoarded, I realized that yes, I've always liked them because it's always been a part of me. I guess like the main lesson for 2020 for me was that I didn't have to compromise any of these parts. And I guess the thing that helped me make sense of all of that was when I realized that in order for me to love other people fully, I would need to love myself first. So yeah, I wanted to end the album with that little self-love letter that makes me feel nice and warm. So that's all the songs off my album. I hope you liked that. Next week is going to be the last video on this whole stint of crying and crafting episodes leading up to my birthday party on the 15th of May. This is the fourth episode. No, actually this is the 7th episode. But this is the 4th week of me trying to promote my birthday. If you haven't heard about it yet, then I really need to reconsider my avenues of marketing. I have a birthday party on the 15th of May, and I am turning a quarter of a century. If you want to join, please check out my merch site. I have a bundle that you can get in order for us to make a zine together. It's gonna be really fun, really chill, and I'm so excited for us to be making stuff together. I'm also so excited about the booklet. As of yesterday, when I was filming this, I finally got the filters up and running on my page. But I'm so happy that it's ready for launch. It's been 2 years. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support me, please check out my merch site. And I will see you next week for the next episode of Crying and Crafting. Okay, stay hydrated. Have a good day. Cheers.